Hi everyone, this is Selena Kraus and welcome to another card video. In this video, I'm featuring the new November, my monthly hero kit from Hero Arts, which is inspired by Linocut art. Also, this kit features the new to Hero Arts masking dies. So here are a couple cards that we'll make in this video. And here we're gonna take a closer look of the kit and the dies. So this is the stamp set and the dies. Apologize. This is the stamp set. It's 6x8 stamp set, and those are the dies. You will notice that the dies are kind of full, and they have little openings for positioning. However, if you want to die cut the images, I'll be using the dies for masking, and I've already pre-cut some of the images from masking paper. So I'm positioning the tree over the tree stamp, and you will notice that it matches exactly. Here's another card that I had on my blog on Friday for the countdown post, and you will see how closely it does not leave a white mask. So before we go into the cards, let's look at the add-ons for this month. The first one was Three Wise Owls. Now we're looking at the Winter Tree and Animal stamp set. And this stamp set also has coordinating dies. So here are the coordinating dies. Next we have the Fuzzy Winter Animals. This is also another Linocut inspired stamp set. Next we have Love You Dearly, and I just love these cute deers in the stamp set. Next we have a Woodland Forest Stencil. And I'll post links to each one in the description. We have the November Word Fancy die. We have the Rolling Hills window die. This is another HeroScape called Winter Woods and also comes with coordinating dies. Next we have a bold print. I just love this one, Etched Winter Scene. And another abstract Linocut bold print. And then we have the Holiday Blessing stamp set. So now let's get moved to the cards for today. I'm starting with a panel of Dove White cardstock, and I'm pulling out this rectangle background. I've used it before, so it's already blue. And I'm using the tree mask that I die cut using the masking dies. I die cut it from masking paper, and you will notice in a minute that masking paper will turn to yellow because I made a mistake here and my masking paper got stuck to the stamp, so I had to redo it. I erased that part from the video, so but you will see that I make mistakes too. I'm just lining up the die using the creative corners. For a moment I blank out of the name there. I'm just making sure that it's nice and straight. It doesn't need to be perfectly centered at the moment because in a little bit, once we're done, I will trim these panels to 4 by 5.25. So I'm using the Hero Arts Soft Sky to Indigo ink. Actually not, I'm again mistaken here. I'm using the Hydrangea Ombre ink. And for the next card with the snowman, I will use the Soft Sky to Indigo. So next, to have some a little bit more variation of color, I'm adding navy shadow ink on the top to have darker look up there. So we have more contrast between the colors on the. So now I'll put this Misty away, and I'm using another Misty. You can definitely do this with one Misty. And I'll stamp the tree. I'm removing the mask. You will see here the mask is yellow. I use sticky post-it notes over sticky to create that mask, but using masking paper I found to be much better than using the post-it notes, because you can reuse the masking paper a few times. However, the post-it notes, as you can see on the side there, the ink soaked thread. Now for the tree, I'm using Pine Hybrid ink, bold ink. I'm stamping it a few times to make sure that I have nice coverage and nice and bold green. So now let's move to the second card. For this one, we'll be using the snowman. So I'm just removing now the backing of that masking paper and positioning it onto my card. I have this piece again from Dove White cardstock that measures 4¼ by 5½ and we'll trim it down to 4 by 5¼ I'm using the ombre ink, soft sky to indigo, and stamping that a couple times, and then like just putting more pressure in the middle so those lines between the masking paper and our background are filled in and we have minimal gaps. I'm removing the masking paper here. Again, I'll put that misty away and I'm using my mini misty. And then I will position the snowman. And you can definitely do this technique backwards. You can first stamp the snowman, mask the snowman, and then stamp the background on top. I'm kind of doing it backwards it's kind of the way I do stuff. First I stamp the background and then I stamp the snowman or the tree, or in a little bit I'll show you the owl. So I'm using intensified hybrid ink to stamp the snowman. So I'll put that aside and let's move to the third card. I realized that I don't make many masculine cards, so I decided these cards to be more masculine. So the colors that I'll use are not typical colors that I use, and will be more everyday card. I'm using this the circle background that comes in the kit, and I'm using the branch and the owl masks that I die cut using masking paper. Just putting the branch first and then the owl on top. I realized this one doesn't go as much as I wanted under that circle background. So I think this is better and I'll just add the owl on top. And for this one, I want the image to get out from that background, to hang off the side a little bit. So for the background, I'm using soft granite ink. Since I can press much with my left hand, I had a couple weeks ago, I had shoulder surgery on my right. So if you notice here, I'm working mostly with my left hand, though I'm not left-handed. So if you're wondering why that is, I still have a very limited range of motion. So now let's get back to the card. I stamped that background. I removed the branch mask only. I left the owl mask. And I'm using again the Pine Hero Arts Bold ink, which is hybrid ink, and I'm stamping a couple times. Probably you'll be good stamping once if you can press with a normal pressure on your misty. I'm putting very light pressure because I'm kind of limited, but that's why that's another reason I love the misty. Anyway, I removed the mask from the owl and positioned the owl and picked it up with the door, and now I'm using Kappa Joe shadow ink to stamp that owl in that opening where the mask was. So we're done stamping the images. So we have those three. And next what I'll do, I will stamp the sentiments. I will use the same sentiment for the snowman and the tree card. The happy holidays. And I will stamp with navy ink for this card and with black, with the intensified black hybrid ink for the tree card. So little background on the card that was on Sunday on Friday on my blog. What I did the same technique. However, the background after I stamped it and before I stamped the snowman, I stamped over with embossing ink and embossed in sparkle embossing powder. And then I removed the mask and I stamped the snowman. So for the owl card, I'm using I'll be thinking of you to make it more everyday card. Again, I stamped that a few times. Okay, now I will color the snowman. I'm using my Copic markers. I'm using just light gray and one of little purple BV000 to add a little bit purple hue to the snowman. After you color it and then you put the gray on top, it's not even noticeable. And for the scarf, I'm using the BG shades to have that aqua colored blue. And I added some gray on the buttons, and then we'll add a little bit of orange for the nose. And then I'll add little highlights using white gel pen. So we're done with all the panels. And now we can go into assembling the cards. I'm using some craft foam to add more dimension. And these can be definitely one layer cards. I just wanted to add a little bit more color to the background, so I created colored note cards. I'm using Hero Arts Cardstock, Nautical, Chestnut, and Plum for my backgrounds, and I'm adding craft foam on the back, and then using the precise glue, I'm adhering them to the top folding note cards that I've already created. So I have one more left, and we'll be done. So I'll show you another closer look of all the cards here. And thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, visit my blog for more ideas and more inspiration. Thanks for watching and see you soon in another video. Bye!